Well, welcome back to the channel, everyone. I just thought I'd take this time to do a quick overview of this by the lot numbers on it, or serial numbers. I think it's around a 1939 Ford 9N. Used to be my dad's. He bought it used in the 60s. Rebuilt the engine, put in new pistons and sleeves. It was, burning oil a lot at that time. After he passed away, it sat in his shed for about 10 years, and I decided to get it running again. Pretty fortunate that it did turn over. Some things I did before actually running it. One is I converted it over to 12 volt. So back in the day, all of these were 6 volt electrical systems. So I put a new alternator. It also has, instead of coil and condenser, it's electronic now. It does away with the need for setting the timing and all that. I also put a new exhaust manifold. It's a combination intake and exhaust manifold. The tank, I put a new gas tank in it as well. There was a lot of crud in the old one, so it was just easier to put a new one in. Also put a period correct steering wheel, and had the seat powder coated. The 9N models had the 3-speed transmission with 1 reverse speed. One that is kind of rare, or don't see it a whole lot, is this overdrive. So in a sense, it changes this 3-speed into a 6-speed. So, and really, the reverse gear, you can have it in overdrive as well. So, from what I've heard, it's more of a rare option and kind of useful. So with these, they do have the updraft carburetor, which they do not like real cold weather. I tend to have to set some sort of a heat source, like either a bulb or a hair dryer, warm this all up a bit if you want it to start easy in the winter. But it is what it is. It was how they designed them back then. Oil bath air filter. So that was pretty common in the day. One thing I did add, all this is a mailbox. I bolted that and used that as a little toolbox. Of course, the 9N was the first model to incorporate the Ferguson system. It's the 3-point hitch hydraulics, which was pretty innovative at that time. Of course, nowadays they all have that, but it did originate with Ferguson, who I believe was a brother-in-law to Ford. So you can see here under the emblem it says Ferguson system. And I also added 2 new front tires and rims. The old ones were really bad. Does still have the original radiator in it, but I did put new hoses on, things like that, when I was redoing it. As you can tell, it hasn't been painted yet. The red on the engine is actually not correct. 9N, I believe, all came all in the Ford gray, they would call it. The Ford 8Ns actually had the engine and underbelly painted red. But this is older period tractor. So what I'll do is start it up and take everyone for a little ride on it, and I'll get right back with you. So there it is, 1939 Ford